Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kimberly, and on my channel we pretty much stick with Bull Terrier things, although sometimes you can use it in general for other breeds of dog, but mostly we're geared towards Bull Terriers. And today I wanted to do just a super quick video, one, to let you guys know that I have been super swamped with work lately. Like, it has been insane. Today I started work at 1 p.m. It is currently 6 o'clock in the morning the next morning, and I have done nothing but work the entire way through. I am not done yet, just so you know. I'm just taking a little break because I need to go to bed soon because I am exhausted. But I wanted to do this video because I've had a couple of people actually ask me about this and not quite understand, because this is something you hear all the time, but people don't really break it down to understand. So if you know me at all, one of the things you'll know is I just cannot stand when things cannot be broken down into easily digestible content or information. So what am I talking about? Well, if you didn't read the description of this video, which I'm sure you did, but if you didn't, I want to talk about scheduling. And I kind of push the idea of having a schedule for Bull Terriers, for most dogs in general, but I feel it's very important for most Bull Terriers to have a very good schedule, bare minimum at least the first year to 2 years, because now the reason that schedules are so important, not a lot of people tend to really break it down, like I said. So one of the biggest reasons that schedules can be super important, especially for Bull Terriers, not so much other breeds. I mean, there are other breeds that it is super important, but then there are other breeds where it's not that big of a deal. But the reason that I feel it's super important for Bull Terriers, especially when they're young, especially the first year to 2 years if you brought in an adult, because the way that our brains and our bodies work is we have a natural cycle, right? So our brains and our bodies naturally want to fall into a routine. So we have a wake cycle, we have a sleep cycle. During the day, we have our ups, we have our downs. I'm sure you've probably found that certain points in the day you find yourself really exhausted. Like maybe after you get home from work, you find yourself super exhausted after you get home because you spent the day at work. But then on your days off, you may find that you're still exhausted. Even if you spent the day doing nothing at home, you may still be exhausted. That's because your body is set to this normal rhythm, and our bodies are constantly trying to find this rhythm because it's easier for us. It's easier for our bodies to cope with, and our bodies will kind of fall into this pattern and kind of it'll kind of go on autopilot as far as our energy levels going up and our energy levels going down, unless something changes. And then when you change, it can take, it can take a couple days, it can take a couple weeks based on our diets. But generally our bodies tend to have its own natural rhythm where we have ups and downs of energy. So with Bull Terriers, they tend to have a lot of energy. They tend to be a medium to higher level energy breed, and they tend to be very busy minded. So when you have a schedule, it makes it easier for you to train them and work with them, and it makes your day-to-day life a lot easier, because when you set up a schedule, their bodies will naturally kind of fall into that rhythm. So if you got a new puppy and you're trying to train it and you're trying to work with them, if you have set times during the day or a set schedule of when you exercise, when they nap, when they eat, it's just going to make it easier for you because their bodies will naturally start to follow suit with that rhythm. So when it's time for them to take a nap, if you need a break, they're going to naturally say, "Oh my God, I'm exhausted." And they're going to do that because regardless of what you've done that day, if they've been on the schedule for a while where this is their natural, you know, their body says, oh, this is what we do, it's just going to react. Their body is just going to take over on autopilot and say, okay, we're going to take a break. So that's why I feel that it's super important to maintain schedules for Bull Terriers because of that reason. Now, some other breeds are kind of just chill as is and are, you know, they're not as busy-minded, so they can kind of go with the flow as is. So having a schedule might not be as important for them. You may find some Bull Terriers are naturally chill. That's not as common, but it does happen. But if you've got a young Bull Terrier puppy or a young Bull Terrier or a new Bull Terrier that you rescued or adopted and you just brought in, that is the biggest part of why scheduling can help. And you can make your schedule, maintain it, and their bodies will naturally follow suit. So if you are like, if you bring home a puppy and they're used to waking up way early, and you want to change their sleep schedule, change their sleep schedule. It's going to suck for like the first week to 2 weeks, but if you keep at it, eventually they will fall into line. So that is something that I always recommend to people, and that's why I recommend it to people, especially with young puppies, is because their bodies want to have a rhythm of ups and downs during the day and during the nighttime, to have this natural cycle, because it's just easier for their bodies to be on autopilot. And it makes it way easier for you as the owner because you can predict what they're going to be acting like at specific times during the day. So you can be like, oh, they're going to be napping soon, so maybe I should step out of the house at this time. If you're trying to crate train, you're like, maybe I should schedule my appointments for this time when they're going to be ready for a nap anyways. That makes it so much easier. Or maybe I should schedule some training when they wake up and they're active and busy-minded and looking for something to do. I'll schedule my training for that time during the day. So anyways, that is all I have for you today. Just a super simple thing that, again, like I said, I see it recommended all the time, but you never see people actually discuss why that can be important. And of course it can be important for other reasons. I mean, it's very good for rescue dogs to kind of build their confidence when they know what's going to happen, they can expect what's going to happen. But for me, when I recommend it, I'm usually recommending it for puppy owners, and that's why. Or like, you know, if you have a young one. But anyways, I apologize that I've kind of been away for a while. I do have some big news that's coming up that'll be in my next video. But our next video, I am going to talk about impulse control, because I feel that's very, very important. And there's a lot of different ways that you can work on impulse control for your young Bull Terriers or even your older Bull Terriers that have hardly any manners. So I guess that's it for this video. I need to get back to work, and hope to see you guys soon and have dogs featured very soon in my next video. So